Hey everyone, my name is Emma and I'm doing the misconception of PEMDAS, and I'm gonna bring in my 5th grade friend Kaylee for this. Alright, here is Kaylee solving this problem. Go ahead, Kaylee. And how did you get this problem, Kaylee?
So first I did parentheses, so 1 plus 2 is 3, and then next I'm supposed to multiply. So I did 2 times 3, and I got 6, and then I brought down this 6 to have 6 divided by 6, so then I got 1.
So now we're going to solve it the right way using the PEMDAS strategy. You would do the parentheses first, so 1 plus 2 equals 3, boom. Then you look what comes first from left to right. So if we look, parentheses, there's no exponents. Multiplication, and then division, but the division comes before the multiplication. So we're going to divide 6 divided by 2 equals 3, boom. And then we have multiplication, so we're going to multiply these guys, and 3 times 3 equals 9, and that is the correct answer. PEMDAS as a misconception. So the PEMDAS acronym is associated with "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Still don't know who Aunt Sally is, but anyways, the acronym stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So PEMDAS is used for problems with multiple operation. Here are some examples of when you might use PEMDAS. Students use the PEMDAS acronym to try and figure out which operation they should do first in an equation with multiple operations. But they often get confused when they get to the M in PEMDAS, which stands for multiplication. So PEMDAS moves from left to right, and when students get to multiplication and division or addition or subtraction or both, they often do multiplication first, even if division comes first, and they often do addition first, even if subtraction comes first in the problem, which ultimately makes them solve it incorrectly. So in this problem, 6 minus 4 times 4 plus 5, a student might look at it and look for parentheses and be like, oh, there's none there. So they'll be like, okay. Then they'll look for exponents, realize that there's none there either. And then they'll look for multiplication. They'll do the 4 times 4. And then if they move on and see that there's an A for addition, they might not think addition or subtraction, and so they'll just go ahead and add, and they'll get 21, and then they'll do 6 minus 21 equals negative 15, rather than looking and seeing that once they get past the multiplication, it's either going to be addition or subtraction, and in that problem, subtraction comes before the addition, so you need to subtract before you add. Unfortunately, this misconception is often reinforced in the classroom when PEMDAS is taught. An example I found is this flippable thing, this cutout thing, where it doesn't really group together multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. It just has them in order, and that can just confuse kids because they might think they have to solve multiplication before division and addition for subtraction because it doesn't say multiplication or division or addition or subtraction. So that could be confusing. Another reinforcement of not good teaching that I found was with this song called the PEMDAS song by Mr. R on YouTube. I'll put the link on Canvas with this project, but basically Mr. R just keeps repeating parentheses, exponents, multiplication, addition, and subtraction in that order, and says, like, last you should do subtraction, without specifying that you can do multiplication or division, addition or subtraction in the song itself. He does write it in the YouTube video, but it is not clear in the song, and yeah. So how can we fix this? We can start by not introducing students to the acronym right away, but having them experiment with two operational equations. You could introduce an equation like this, the one I have on this screen, and have students write their answers on a whiteboard, and then have students work in partner groups that got different answers and explain how they got that answer. Teachers can also go through the different operations and show why doing them in a certain order is important. Classic example is the parentheses problem like this. It shows how moving the parentheses can change the entire problem. And then I felt that these two charts were pretty good because they group together multiplication and addition and subtraction, so that way students could see them as one step, looking to see which of the operation comes first, rather than just assuming or thinking that multiplication comes before division or addition comes before subtraction, which is not always the case. And then if you are a PEMDAS hater like this lady right here, you're just tired of Aunt Sally, you can try Gemma. And in Gemma, the G stands for grouping, the E stands for exponents, the M stands for multiplication operations, and the A stands for addition operations. And what they mean by that is that the multiplication operation includes division with it, and the addition operation means both addition and subtraction. And so they're kind of grouped into one steps, and the G is means groupings, not just parentheses, but can mean other ways of grouping numbers. Hey Spencer, what do you think about PEMDAS? He said it's really confusing.